we can't prevent stress, but we can manage
Sure.
it better. So it's kind of like a wave of crashing down. Like, can we go through it or swim, but just not get drowned from it? And I think that's important because, like, for me, like, my goal is to try to respond to every YouTube comment that I get. And if they're, negative and nasty, then, I have YouTube filter, so it filters that out. But if it gets through, sometimes I leave some stuff because I think it's important to educate people still and how they approach things, like to be more reasonable, to be more understanding, to focus on truth, and facts and information. That's why I will respond to some people that are a little more negative, because I want to educate them and be like, hey, like, let's try to be more objective. Let's try to focus on the facts a little more. Let's try to be, you don't like me, or you don't like my message, or you don't like whatever. That's fine. You don't have to like me, but at least, you can respect me.
True.
Because I can respect you as well. And so I will respect you as well, regardless. But, and so I think that's so important. And, we were talking a little bit earlier about, the term ghosting and people basically disappearing on you, whether they're a prospect for the romantic side or the business side, right? Yeah. And also the concept of flaking, right? When people just don't, they set a commitment, and then whether they tell you or not, they just break it without rescheduling. I think that's basically kind of what makes a flake, a true flake, right? Without the reschedule or counter reschedule, like, hey, I can't make it this time. Or they don't say anything, and then that's it. It's just like, well, you could say, well, I can't make it this time, but what about Monday or Tuesday next week? Or what does next week look like for you? I think that's so valuable, and just saying, like, hey, I want to still connect with you, and I'm going to communicate that. And that's something that I try to do, like, and like we were talking earlier too, is just like when I get like requests for people wanting to like promote their product, or if I get people wanting to join their network marketing company or other company, I always try to respond back for fit. Like, hey, send me an email, let me see if it's a good fit. And I respond back to them and say, hey, I took a look at it, it's just not a good fit for me.
Yeah.
And I respond. I don't ignore or ghost them, because they took the time to write that email. And there is a lot of emails that go to spam because Gmail thinks they're spam, and in almost all cases they are. Sometimes it's legitimate, but that's why I'd say, people text me or something. That way I can at least review it too. How can people like get this copy, or how can they learn more about how to basically resolve their business or relationship, needs? Because, I see needs assessment here, I see goal setting, I see business planning. These are all very important things, right?
Absolutely.
And I feel like people who hard sell maybe don't have these types of skills, right? There is times where you want to close a deal, and you will need to go a little bit harder, but that's after you've already built a relationship and educated somebody, right?
True.
So maybe I guess the question is, so how can people get more information on this, or how can people resolve their issues with Tom Bilyeu?
So I would say just research Tom Bilyeu resolutions reality checklist. That's what I did to find this. It's on his website, so you can just kind of Google him. He's getting pretty big right now, so it's pretty awesome. I mean, so excited. Every week he's coming out with a new video podcast, and he just has the greatest and the best on there. So regardless of what business field you're in, just being able to see how he introduces people has just completely revolutionized my life.
Yeah.
And as far as like, how do you goal set? How do you business plan? What are things that you look for? The biggest and most important thing, because I wouldn't really say that there's a right or a wrong way. The biggest thing that you want to accomplish when setting these things in motion is that they actually make you emotional. You want to have affirmations in there. You want to have reasons why you want to accomplish certain things.
That's a big one.
You want to have specific goals that you actually would like to hit within maybe that quarter or that year. Those are important, and you have to read it every day with conviction out loud, or in the morning and at night before you go to bed.
Or have a vision board.
Vision boards,
something that reminds you.
Yeah, I have all of the above. Think and Grow Rich always talks about that. I think it's page 36 of Think and Grow Rich. It gives you an action plan, steps, exactly what you need in a business plan.
There you go.
And it's incredible. It's revolutionized my life, and everybody who I've learned it from are way further ahead than I am. So that's why I always leverage what it is that they tell me.
Absolutely. No, yeah, and all this can be kind of stressful And so I do have another resource I wanted to put you up on, and it's actually the 30-day guide to reducing stress at work. And so this is a book that I wrote, and it's available on Amazon. And whether you are an entrepreneur, or you're an employee, or an executive, you can definitely benefit from this because it covers quick and easy ways to reduce stress using natural solutions that are safe and effective. Super easy read. It's like 74 pages. Longest chapter is 2 pages. And so this is an amazing resource. Also comes in a Kindle, Audible, or an iBook version. And so that is going to be an awesome thing for folks because stress can happen in business, relationships, and like we like to say, we want folks to be well-rounded, right? And some of the main stressors are health, finances, and relationships. And so if we're going to be well-rounded, we have to understand what causes stress and what can help us resolve those stresses in our business and our personal life as well.
Well, as you know this as well, is stress is the #1 cause of illness and disease.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the #1 reason why the body shuts down is because we're stressed. So if we have a way to eliminate that process from our life, then we'll get rid of a lot of the illnesses and sicknesses out there that could be preventable, I will say. Obviously, it doesn't encompass everything, but that is so awesome. I appreciate you writing that book and taking the time. That's definitely something that I know is going to revolutionize a whole bunch of people's lives.
Thank you. Yeah, and another way I like to think of is, you know, we can't prevent stress, but we can manage it better. So it's kind of like a wave of crashing down. Like, can we go through it or swim, you know, but just not get drowned from it? So, but yeah, stress is something to be managed and be more made aware of. And I know that's what that book definitely aims at, is helping you with emotional intelligence, which is helping you understand, like, what you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and something you can do better in the future on managing that. So, but yeah, these are some really great resources for folks, and I think whether it's handling our conflicts with people, handling stress, or game planning our side hustle or entrepreneurial endeavor, I think will definitely benefit everyone. That hits, you know, everyone. So, coolness. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you did, hit subscribe for future video updates, and most importantly, check out the links in the description below. I'll have more information on Tom Bilyeu's YouTube channel, as well as the couple of book references that I talked about today, and that way you can, again, help yourself in the health side, the financial side, also the relationship side, and because all those will be either help or hinder one another, but we want them to all help one another and be balanced.
True.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see you in the next video.